Hi again, everybody. Well, another edition of Mike's Moment here. We're going on a wine tour. That's right, a live wine tour. And we're going to go with these guys. One of the reasons why we're going here is a girl that goes by the name of Sav. You can see her. So give us a wave, Sav. Okay. She just recently purchased this van off of us, and it carries how many people?
14 passengers.
14 passengers. So for those of you like me who have never been on a wine tour, but we're going on one today, and she's going to show you the art of giving a wine tour. So we're going to give out her information when we're done this tour, so you can hire her and she'll show you the good time like she's going to be showing us right now. Let's get going.
This is Mike's Moment.
Welcome to Big Savvy Wine Tours, guys.
Look at all the room in here. Look at this. Would you look at that? Look at a little gift bag.
Because we're gonna get everyone involved in a basic systematic approach to tasting. Yeah, gear up for some incredible wines, some amazing winery stories, and amazing Okanagan views. So let's get going. A little bit of history about myself. I'm born and raised in Vancouver and made a very easy transition up to the Okanagan about 7 years ago, wanting to get my hands dirty and learn how to grow and make wine. Actively working in the industry in all positions, from tasting room, cellar assistant, viticulture management, and coupled with years of experience of actual wine education. So I'm a certified sommelier, WSET level 3, Canadian wine scholar, olfactory specialist, and viticulture manager. It makes me uniquely qualified to guide these incredible tours and share relevant and accurate information from my partnered wineries.
So your business card must be like 3 pages long, eh? With all these titles.
Mike's Moment.
We're going to assess color, and this is the chart graph they give you. Color of wine. So the crackers are a palate cleanser between the wine.
So welcome everybody to Three Sisters Winery. This is a really special place. As you can see, they've got an on-site vineyard, amazing wine shop winery. This was founded by Matt and Rebecca. They are pretty influential in the wine industry. Matt's traveled around the world studying and making wine. He was actually a professional hockey player by trade, and then fell in love with wine and decided to start the education process, and they opened doors in 2013 for their first vintage. And yeah, we're going to start with their bench white. The color of wine isn't necessarily the most exciting part of tasting, but it can actually teach us a lot about the grape varietal, its age, and its potential region. White wines actually gain pigment as they age, whereas red wines actually go to more of that garnet color. Does anyone know the difference between white and red wine? What makes red wine red is actually its fermentation on the skins. So white wine is pressed directly off the skins and then put into tank to ferment, whereas red wine is whole cluster put into fermentation bins, and it actually ferments on the skins and stems, and then it's all directly pressed. So a white wine is actually juice that comes out, whereas red wine is actually the fermented wine that comes out of the press. So the only thing that gives wine color is pigment called anthromycin from the skin.
Little tart, fresh, great draw.
Great.
What I've tasted so far is very sweet. But is yours clear? Clear that is. That's good.
Mike's Moment.
In viticulture, it's really important to have proper internode spacing, typically a hand width apart from shoot to shoot to allow for proper air circulation. And you always want to choose the shoot that goes through the trellising system. This kind of trellising system is called VSP, or vertical shoot position. So all of the shoots will eventually grow upwards, and your fruiting zone will be around here. These are the baby grapes. So throughout the season, this canopy will develop. These little grapes will flower and then go through a process called veraison, where the pigment comes through to them. and eventually they'll be harvested around the end of September.
Where are we going to now, Juan?
We're going to the next wine tour.
Which one is it?
No idea which one it is, but it doesn't really matter which one it is.
Yeah, we're having a good time, eh?
Yes, we are.
Mike's Moment.
You're going to hear everybody get louder and louder because I think wine does that to people. It brings the best out in them. But you're going to meet some pretty good, cool people here as we go along. But we're off to see our next winery. Where are we now, Sav?
We are at Upper Bench.
Hey, there's the dog. Its name is Mike. What's with that? Come here, Mike. Come on, buddy. Oh, his name's not Mike? How funny is that? They start calling him Mike. This is the ceremony of the rinsing of the glasses.
This one's bone dry, so that means that they've fermented it so there's no more sugar left. It's all been consumed by the yeast that's producing alcohol.
Okay, later on we're saving the best for last, so you really got to stay tuned. Don't go to the washroom. Don't miss anything. Okay, so because we're gonna show you. See, well, what did you call that again? The barrel room. The barrel room. Yeah. Where the actual wine is.
Yeah.
We're gonna have lunch here while we're here, so we're gonna be here for a while. More wine.
Mike's Moment.
Now, this is the patio for the Upper Bench Winery. This is where we're gonna be eating lunch. And look at that, they have an outdoor kitchen. The Grape Savoy Wine Tour official t-shirt. What are you looking at? It just keeps on coming. More pizza. Okay, we're gonna go into the tasting room. And this is the Upper Bench tasting room. That was good. And thank you again. Okay, so we carry on. The food was good. The service was great. So for those of you outside of our listening area, say Vancouver or Alberta, wherever you're watching this video, you can also use this as your guide as to what to expect. So our tour guide, Sav, doing a great job. She's the only one out of these tour guides that does the white table treatment like you've been seeing what we're getting. We get a little education. So have you been happy with your van so far?
I love my van from Saha Ford, my Ford Transit Wagon XLT.
Tom's going to watch gymnastics. Oh, it's your kids? Oh, okay, yeah. See, now there's a good dad right there.
I know him.
Mike's Moment.
Worked on it.
Kyle, you're working the very back. No one ever talks to you.
Theodore Robinson was the founder of Naramata. He had a few different names for it, and then he was sitting down with the head of the Penticton Indian Band, and his wife's name was Naramata, but spelt differently, and it actually means smile of Manitou, and that's why there's a Manitou Beach down here, and he thought she was absolutely gorgeous and named this little town after her.
And that is how Naramata got its name.
The word from Naramata.
That's what I just said. It came from the...
Gotta love it when a Mexican says Naramata. Naramata. Naramata.
After that passage, the wine actually tasted better in the barrel than when they put it in. So they started, it's a cold year, so it's not going to be as fruit forward, whereas 2016, super warm, and then
This
the
is
sugar
deep roots
remains
now.
with the alcohol.
We're going deep. Right across the bay is Summerland.
This is Deep Roots, guys. This is owned by the Hardman family. This piece of property has been farmed by the family for over 100 years. Traveled around the world learning about wine. He's now an award-winning winemaker here for Deep Roots. And yeah, they really believe in the Naramata terroir. And I mean, look at this stunning piece of land that they've been farming for generations. His dad is still very active in the farming aspect, and his mom, Deb, works in the tasting room. So it's a whole family-run business, which makes it really special. We are going to be trying their 2 types of Chardonnay and oak. Syrah and Shiraz. Hot topic. So, it is the exact same grape varietal, just different origins. So, Shiraz from Australia, Syrah from France. So when you see a bottle of Syrah Shiraz, again, same grape varietal, but absolutely worlds apart.
Mike's Moment.
Watch everybody stumble out now.
That was pretty good.
Oh, that was pretty good.
This is
Juan did great.
mucho gusto.
Chris is doing business on the phone.
Hey, Nick, I'm just gonna come outside of the van.
To home lot of Van Vesten Vineyards. This is a 9-acre property. As you can see, we just finished planting Pinot Noir here. This is 4-year-old Riesling, 3-year-old Pinot babies, Petit Verdot. Then we have Pinot Gris, Pinot Blanc, Malbec, Cab Sauv, and Merlot down there. This is the original kind of Van Vesten property. They were originally cherry farmers, largest cherry producers in Naramata. And yeah, Rob, who is the winemaker and owner, is very humble and always says that he's just a farmer who learned to ferment. But he is literally out here in the field every single day tending to his vines, and has this very minimal intervention winemaking style. So as part of his team, we practice really high viticulture practices to ensure the quality of our fruit. I'm going to start everyone off with our Vivacious. 30% of the fruit goes into barrel to ferment, so you get that nice presence of the oak without that overwhelming oak on the nose, and again, a little bit of dimension on the palate. This wine is really great for food pairings. It's balanced, it's got nice acidity, and it's a 2016 vintage.
But we're saving the best for last here. And chocolate. So Sava's going to tell us how not just is chocolate late. I can't talk anymore. And why do we have chocolate?
So chocolate paired with the V 2015. The chocolate, we'd love to grill steak for everyone, but it actually represents the protein, which binds to the tannins in your mouth and creates a smoother finish on the wine. So this is called a Smart Henry trellising system. So we actually have a vine that's going to be trained up in the vertical shoot position, and then the vine that's lower, where we're actually going to push these shoots to go down. So we're going to have 2 fruiting zones, one that's on the bottom and one that's on the top. This gives us a little bit more dimension in the wine, as the fruit on the bottom tends to have a little bit more acidity at harvest. And you can tell here, obviously, the shoots have grown. You can see the little baby grapes starting to come out, and I've already gone and done all the shoot selection. So I've taken off all the buds on the back, and I've selected...
You've done this all yourself?
Yep. And I've selected the ones that I want to grow up. And then we have the Scott Henry wire. Because this is a Smart Henry system, and we actually train these vines to go down, their cordons are actually going to come and touch the floor. So we sweep them under with another wire and connect it over here, just so that Rob can drive the tractor down and not damage the shoots. Last year we made our very first single varietal Riesling, which is really exciting for us at Van Weston. So we monopolize the land to get higher yield without compromising quality. So you can have more fruit on the wire, right? Instead of at the other places, they only had the one cordon stretching. So we can actually produce fruit on the bottom and the top and have two separate plants. Oh, so these are baby Pinot Noir plants. They may not look like much right now, but they were just planted last week. And they're grafted on a 101 rootstock, and I believe these are clone 33 Pinot Noir from California. So all these little buds that you can see right here, as soon as they start shooting or pushing, we'll select the best two. So this one looks like it'll be pretty viable because we want it to come up, and I'll actually rub all the other little buds off so it's not overwhelming this little plant, because we want to focus the first 2 to 3 years on strong trunk establishment.
Check that out. It's a Golden Boot Award. Look at all the medals these guys have won. How impressive is that? This is like the Olympics of wine. Okay, now we're going to look at the barrels.
Your tasting with Mike here from Mike's Moment. Oh, where are you guys from?
We're actually from Cranbrook.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And we're from Okotoks,
Alberta.
Ah.
It smells nice in here.
Yeah.
What is that? Is it the combination of the wine and the wood?
It's me. It's my clone.
Is it?
So these are all 100% French oak barrels.
French oak.
We do use 100% French oak here at Van Weston. Lifespan of the barrel is between 5 to 7 years before it becomes neutral oak, and that's where we ferment our Viognier. And some people ask about the whole angel share. So a lot of evaporation happens within the barrel, and I actually have to hand top these guys every couple months because we lose about a liter of wine before we have to top.
So through the pores of the wood.
So just literally through the pores of the wood.
Yeah. And the grain.
And we literally, you can see here, we top them up, as full as we possibly can, because we don't want the wine to oxidize as well.
Do you know the name of that plant?
And then a little bit, so just for like barrel knowledge, you guys can see here. So this is the Cooper name. So Sylvan is the Cooper.
Okay.
And then medium plus is the toast. So this barrel is actually medium plus toast.
Okay.
And
So
it's
they
from
toasted it
2013.
with a torch.
Anyway, sorry to crash the party here, guys. Enjoy the rest of your tasting.
Juan, tell all the people, did you have a good time on this wine tour?
See,
So Kyle, did you have a good time today?
Great town. Yeah.
So would you recommend Sav as, say, anybody's future tour guide going through these vineyards?
I would recommend Savas.
Kyle, just look at me for a sec. As you can tell, everybody's having a good time. How do you get hold of this lady for the greatest time in your life?
You can go to my website, www.grapesavvywineTours.ca, and book your tour 1 or tour 2 from that website, or you can call me at 250-460-1242. Come immerse yourself in vines and wines and get ready to get grape savvy.
That was Mike's moment.